Hey y'all, I'm Aeon.
And I'm the Lioness.
And you're listening to Box number 512 podcast.
Grown Black Trans Woman Talk. Changing your world one conversation at a time.
The show begins now. Hey y'all, welcome to another installment of Box number 512 podcast, Grown Black Trans Woman Talk. I am your co-host, Aeon.
And I'm the Lioness. How y'all feeling?
So I will get into updates. Okay. I'll go first. I don't have that many updates this week. I am working. I mean, that's all I can do. Work has been very intense over the summer, so I try to have my little moments of respite when I can, but work has really been intense. And no shade, on a personal note, I feel like since I'm leaving, girl, work has been getting more intense. I thought I really was going to slide and glide through the summer my last couple of months here, girl, and it has not been a slide and a glide, bitch. Bitches raises on the slide, girl. I'm trying to find my way. But right now I'm actually in the process of hiring for my position that I have. My position is going to start in 2022. So it hasn't been stressful. It's been overwhelming getting through the applications because we did have a lot of people apply, but it's been a very full circle experience for me to, as somebody that applies to a lot of stuff and that applied to a lot of stuff at the top of this year. It's been a very humbling and enlightening experience being on the other side and going through applications and setting interviews and reaching out to folks and having contact with folks. So it's nice to finally be on the other side and kind of critique applications, because I feel like it'll make me a better applicant moving forward when I apply for other stuff. So it's nice that I'm able to have this experience. I want to give a shout out to Tay.
A quick question on that. What is it like? So as an interview, I mean, or as a application reviewer, do you find yourself like looking for certain types of applicants? Like, how are you navigating that?
For me, so we didn't ask for that many like application materials. For me, the thing that always has the most weight is the cover letter. Like, I'm looking for a cover letter that effectively conveys like a mix of talent, passion, and personality. I think a lot of times for a lot of these especially the public interest positions, I think people can kind of lead with like their pedigree and like what they've done, and a lot of people like to name drop. But for me, that's not important. Like, I feel like, especially for a competitive fellowship, I need to have a sense of who you are without even meeting you. And who you are doesn't necessarily come from who you associate with. It comes from you explaining like why you are passionate about the things that drive you to want to, in this case, want to be a lawyer, want to practice like civil rights law. So I need to get a sense of who you are beyond the obvious as to why you should even get to the interview. Right. So, and the people that I kind of mentored and coached and that reached out to me, I feel like I made that very clear to them, because you're applying for something where everybody has amazing grades. Everybody has written something. Everybody has gone to like a tier 1 Ivy League law school. Give me something besides that that's going to nudge you over the edge as to why you deserve an opportunity to interview and ultimately why you deserve this position. Because that's the stuff that, in my opinion, that's the things that really matter to me. If you've written for a judge, or you're sending me an assignment that you got an A on, okay, it's very clear that you can write. But at least in the public interest side, in my opinion, it's more about personality and it's more about passion. So anybody if I'm ever hiring, or even when I've coached people to apply for stuff, I always try to tell them to lead with their personality.
Mm-hmm.
Because you want to stand out, and in a sea of hundreds of applicants, you want to be memorable. So part of that is learning how to inject certain parts of your personality into the cover letter, and part of that is knowing like how to effectively tell your story and weave in your experiences in order to create a picture for the person that's reading your cover letter or your resume. So
I think that's powerful. Thank you for sharing that. I think that was a worthy exercise. I really was hoping that you would answer that thoroughly, and you did, because I know as a trans woman now in the hiring spot, it's nice to let people know what they're looking for, because there are times where we will apply for jobs and we won't get it, and you'll wonder, is it because I'm trans? And sometimes it's not. Sometimes you maybe need to like work on your application and build the package. I like to think of application and applying for jobs like preparing for a pageant or some type of social event where you rehearse and you get yourself together and you prepare your package. I think if people approach particularly these like higher level professional positions with that mentality, I feel like a lot of people will avoid wasting time, because if you're not passionate, it'll show up.
Definitely. And sometimes it's just not the right time. Sometimes it's not shade. I know in my personal situation, some of the stuff that I applied for, it literally wasn't the right time yet. And then once I got it, and that's my intention, because I know we're gonna have to send for the one position we're hiring for. It's only one position. It's only one fellowship, so only one person can get that. And I'm definitely going to make myself available to folks, not to tell you like the specifics of why you didn't get it, but to encourage them, like, don't let y'all knew what the odds were. It was only one position. Like, a lot of people applied, but only one person is going to get this position. But don't let that stop you, or just because you don't get it now does not mean that you will never work for this organization. It just won't be this position, but you can always come if you're really passionate about this organization and passionate about this work. You will come back to this work at some point. So don't. And I'm saying this as somebody that applied for fellowships and stuff this year and was rejected numerous of times. And sometimes I didn't even get an email that I was rejected. They just stopped calling me, or they never sent an email. And then I had to come across them through a team meeting where we were going to collaborate. And it was like, hey, I know you thought you wasn't going to see me again, but here I am. But at the end of the day, it's just the name of the game. It's the name of the game. So you have to know when you're applying for competitive stuff. Sometimes you're going to win some, sometimes you're going to lose some, but you just have to be in the game.
Yeah, thank you for that little management level tidbit.
Yes, but I'm gonna give a shout out to Tay Johnson. So I think I said this last week. I'm so happy that DC is opening up, because I really feel that I want to be more social in a way that I couldn't be this past year, because this time last year everything was shut down, and events and places are slowly starting to open back up, and people are feeling comfortable to be places en masse. I'm hoping everybody is vaccinated. I know I'm vaccinated, because what the girls are saying on the news is a large majority of the people that are contracting COVID and that are dying in these hospitals,
Delta variant,
that they're not vaccinated. So I feel good that I did what I had to do earlier in this year. So in the event that I do get sick, I don't have to die. But anyway, Tay had this event at Mr. Henry's. So they have drag shows every third Saturday, but every second Saturday, they want to start this new event where they have like the male performers come and do their drag. And I'm gonna be honest, I've never really frequented the male entertainers that do like pageants and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. But I had a really good time. First, it was Push. I just gotta give a shout out to Black women. Black women know how to come together amongst themselves to have a good time, and I love it. And I want that. I want that more for us as trans women, for us to just come together and come outside and just have a good time amongst each other. But I had a really good time at the show. The male entertainers were working just as hard as the girl drag queens. Like they were performing, entertain. Like they got all of my tip money. They got all of my tip money, and I met this older Black gay man, and we were talking because I went by myself and he came by himself, so they placed us together. And we had conversation. He ended up paying for my drinks and my food. So I had a really good time. And I would just it was something nice to do on a Sunday evening. And I had a really good time. So I want to say shout out to Tay. Again, he's having the drag queen review event this Sunday. So I think I'm going to try to go there after I finish what I have to do on Sunday because I have some events. But I'm having a good time. I went to the movies on Friday to see Zola. That was the key. It was an interesting movie. I really want you and T-Air to see it. And then we'll probably dedicate an episode or like a bonus episode of doing a deep dive of Zola. But I really want you and T-Air to see it. But I want to see that on Friday. And I've just been trying to catch up on Power. I'm almost finished with season 4, about to start season 5, honey. Power is some tea. Power is really some tea, but I'm trying to finish Power. And I think the next show that I'm going to start is Snowfall. I'm going to try to start Snowfall and catch up on Snowfall. It's on Hulu. But I've just been trying to balance work and balance my personal life. Dating is still dating. I think I'll talk more about dating in our main topic episode because that's just a journey for me. But I'm just open to life. Sis, what are your updates?
Well. So life is good. Feeling overwhelmed. There's a lot going on. So I know I announced not too long ago that I was the Grammatius Keeper of Record for Kappa Iota Sigma Sorority Incorporated. Well, for those of you who have been following my journey, I have recently been appointed the Madam First Supreme Anti-Bacillus, which is a sorority speak for vice president. But in this role, I am specifically and completely and totally in charge of recruitment and intake process. And that's a very exciting reality for me because as someone that went through the process, immediately I found myself saying, this is something that I want to do. This is a dream of mine. This is something that I would love to do because I have always wanted to first of all, create an environment that is a safe haven for trans women. But more importantly, I've always wanted to build something that I think could help empower trans women in their leadership. And so in this position as First Supreme Anti-Bacillus, I will be making sure that I am creating a process that is a safe space for trans women of all religions, races, ages, creeds, and colors, and all that jazz to come and be a part of the magic. We have a fall 2021 line coming up. So for those of you under the sound of my voice, if you're interested in becoming a core lady of Kappa Iota Sigma Sorority Incorporated, you are more than welcome to hit me up at firstanti-supreme.kiss@gmail.com. Again, that email is first, that's the number 1, STANTI, supreme .kiss, KISS, @gmail.com. So if you're interested, hit me up, send me a letter, and just letting me know that you're introducing yourself, letting me know that you're interested, and we'll go from there. But I'm very, very excited. Being in the position has given me a lot of authority in a very short time, but it's something that comes with a lot of, to whom much is given, much is required. So it comes with a lot of responsibility. and I'm managing it the best I can. I don't know. When it's one of those things when you finally get what you ask for, when you what you pray to God for.
Thank you for listening to another episode of Box Number 512 Podcast, Grown Black Trans Women Talk.
And don't forget to become a patron on the Box Number 512 Patreon page, where we have all new exclusive content.
And also, don't forget to follow us on our social media, on our Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook pages. And also, become a subscriber on our YouTube page. Until next time, bye.